Good morning from Richmond, New South Wales. I am not at my house today. I am in another location. That's why the camera is slightly weird and the lighting is off because I do not have backup lighting. So if I end up looking too bad, I will just cut my camera, but it is what it is right now. I am currently seated on a chair that is around a foot shorter than the table my computer is at, so I am sitting on top of pillows. But welcome back to part 39. We don't rest here unless I'm on vacation. We don't rest. We didn't stop the stream for this, so we're gonna push through. I am joined by my players today. Hopefully Rook will be back next week. Right now he is busy, so I'm joined by my other players. Let's go from left to right, starting with Casper.
Hey, it's Casper. I was very out of sorts, we could say, last week.
Yeah, you could say.
It was a national day of my great country, so I got majorly fucked up. So it's a good time. I have no recollection of anything that happened last week, but I'm here for it.
Do you read the
So-
diary?
Yeah, I read the diary. I just don't remember any of this.
Okay.
Well, guess next is me. Yo, what up, chat? It's Jai playing Damp Moss. And also, don't listen to Dusk. He's lying. It's nothing to do with the chair. He actually lost a foot of height, so don't mind him. He's just insecure about it.
He's been strong before he got hit with the reduced spell.
All right, Rob.
Yes, hello, it's me. Pleasure to be back. I'll be bringing back Elemara and all of her, attitude and blah, 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 turned into raw reason and group cohesion. I don't know where this character's going, but you know what? It is what it is, and I am in it for the ride. Hope you guys enjoy.
I'm interested in this character's arc as well, so we'll see.
Who knows what's gonna happen? I don't even know what's gonna happen. Fuck it, we're gonna wing it.
But yes, and I wanted to make a quick announcement that even though she will not be returning to the show, things have gotten better between Nicole and myself, so that video has been resolved. If you watch the drama video, the drama is gone.
Drama Alert Nation.
Yeah.
It was
Anyway.
me, like Keem
Yeah, we
Star.
gotta show up on drama alert. That's how you know it's official.
If we did, that would be great. We would have gotten a lot of views.
Free advertising.
All right, we're gonna pick up where we left off last time. Damp Moss, can you give us a quick recap of the events of last session?
Right, okay. So, started off, I got my arm upgraded a little bit, managed to fit my totally beloved father-in-law in my hand, covered it in wood, made it a bit conductive. I remember that we had a chat with a bunch of people, and the closest thing I can give is we ended off having a conversation about how we were going to wait to have a bigger group conversation with Rook so that we can inform him on everything that's happening. And we're now in a huddle, having a nice, cute conversation outside about who we think is betraying us and how the demons have always seemed to stay a step ahead.
Yes.
Wonder.
All right, we're picking up where we left off. So, it is evening. Frost lingers on the air. Can somebody hit the music, please? Frost lingers on the air as your breath turns to steam and the temperature difference with the outside. Small drifts of snow are piled up on the ground along with the remains of the last few falling leaves of autumn as winter is slowly, truly setting in. You all have talked a bit about who you think could possibly be your traitor. You're not sure. You think you've put out a couple options, but you've made it so that you said you were going to talk to a couple people. I am going to make an assumption that maybe Damp Moss, you make a sending to Rook, who says he is
Yes.
busy and he trusts you to do this since you know the others better than him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sent back through Olivia, who I left with him for a while.
yeah. So now, who do you go and try to strike up a conversation with? I guess.
I want to know. I just quickly want to know, how does Damp and Brook translate through sign language to Olivia?
I can talk through my mind, so I can understand sign language through her eyes, and I can talk into his head through her.
Fair enough. I pictured Olivia coming back with her talent and doing sign language.
Yeah, she's learned with her 3 little talons.
Oops.
Do you got the music, Casper?
I put on nighttime.
The box says it's playing.
I put on nighttime ambience. I'll put on something else.
Oh, maybe I just have it turned down. Sorry, let me check. Oh yeah, I just have it turned down too. There we go. Alright, now they can hear it. The nighttime ambience. That was my bad. Alright, so where do you go?
So, just to recap, we think that it's possibly Shira, maybe even Sandeep, or perhaps someone that we haven't thought of yet. Do we have a plan? Someone we want to talk to first?
Well, I don't know.
At the
Really?
very least, I don't believe it would be Farron, so if we wanted to, perhaps we could include him, see if he has any thoughts of his own.
I'm pretty sure it isn't fair because of, the whole being like an angel or some shit. whatever
Yes, I
is that his,
think it would be
thing.
slightly counterproductive for him.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's sort of consider options. There's Shira, who's sort of the obvious choice because she kind of showed up out of nowhere. She keeps dropping out and then coming back. And then
Oh, and she's been stalking you on your skin, yes?
Oh yeah, and the fact that she writes me like a fucking flea all the time. And she doesn't seem entirely, mentally there. Sandeep is a little suspicious as he just kind of was exactly where we were going. But then again, that kind of again points it back to Shira because she said that we needed to find him. So it could be both, really.
She is definitely the one with the most dubious background, and, well, the
Like,
first
does
time she
anyone
came to visit
know
us,
what
she
she's
did
about?
sneak in through the door.
Actually,
Actually,
you've seen. She didn't. She just was in the room.
Gilly, could you just for a moment do that thing you mentioned to me, the T pose?
My T-pose.
I'd like to throw up a quick detect magic to see if I can feel a small person magically concealed on him.
No, you can't.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, just thought I'd check, see if anyone had been using Enlarge Reduce near you. Doesn't seem to be the case.
Smart. But when I think about it, I think you can strike Sandeep off it, or maybe have him and Shira, because she did tell us to find him and Ishmael.
That is
Ishmael,
true.
I don't think it's him, mostly because he was like, he had the whole conversation with Sultana where he like had his entire character development in like 5 minutes. Where you know how when he finished his entire arc in like an episode. I don't know why I'm saying all these words. I don't know what they mean.
I just place a hand on your shoulder. Gilly,
He
have
did
you
not
been doing
finish
some
his whole
secrets
arc in one
planeswalking?
episode. God.
He kind of did. He got the divine intervention. He kind of did.
And he used that door. He deserved it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I reckon it's not him because he's a cleric, and I don't know. Do we know of any demonic cleric? Well, he did again talk directly to fucking Sultana, so I'm pretty
And
sure.
Jaimar, he talked to both directly.
Yeah, whatever. She talked to the gods directly, so I'm pretty sure they would have sussed him out. Shira is kind of the only one. Shira and has Sandeep talked to any of the gods?
Nope.
Do you remember? I'm not asking you, Dusk. I'm asking Jai.
Oh.
You're not here. You don't exist. You're God.
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, so he can't be striked off that list because I feel like if you've had a conversation with a god, at least based on how much they would like to put themselves on a pedestal, they would notice if they were like demonic, right?
You see a look of like just slight concentration as I think for a moment.
What are you thinking about?
Well, even if they are occasionally prone to mistakes, I do believe it would be hard for them to miss something so glaringly obvious.
I mean, Jama didn't notice his own son.
That same look returns to my face.
I don't know if we can try. I don't know if we can really take it that for granted. Really, that them being there means they're good. They seem to have let and as he's saying these, he like keeps looking up to see if he's gonna get it's like smoke.
Just checking for clouds forming.
Yeah, like they seem to have the rug swept under them a lot. You know what I mean?
Indeed. Well, I do believe bringing Farron in on this is a good idea.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, doesn't he have enough to deal with his brother and the whole situation? I don't know, dude. I don't want to put too much on him.
That is true. Speaking of this situation, I believe we should all keep an eye out for underhanded play. I have an inkling that may come into pass relatively soon.
What do you mean?
Well, though I know little about his brother, from what I have seen, they are not on the best of terms, and even if it does not come directly from his brother, maybe given a slight push from untoward sources, it may become more complicated.
You think he's going to get assassinated? You see?
Perhaps not assassinated if putting certain political blockades in the way of any possible help Farron may be trying to receive.
So, I had a thought. I'll ask you, both of y'all, really, what do you think of it? So, I have this thing, right, where I can project my voice anywhere I want. And I thought of a way to, like, I don't know, maybe see if I could amend some of Farron's relationship with his brother by, like, because you know how I can copy voices? I could like whisper in his ear and be like, "Hi, I'm your conscience. Stop being a prick to your younger brother," you know? What do you
Well, I would usually agree that may have some good effect. I do have to remind you that there are a great deal of people that can talk in minds, and perhaps he would take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's his own voice in his ear, he seems like the narcissistic kind of prick that would like listen to himself, right?
I put my hand on my chin. Well, perhaps I'm talking from bias, but if I heard my own voice admonishing me in my head, I'd probably believe it was demons.
Yeah, well, I mean, doesn't that work either way?
I very seriously contemplate how far I'm willing to go for this.
It's just a suggestion. I'm just saying, like, it could be.
Perhaps
we could try.
If shit hits the fan, that
Yes,
may be a last resort, but perhaps not doing anything that might exacerbate the issue would be the better play at the moment.
Well, hey, you're the one who says you think Farron might get assassinated. I don't know how much worse it can get.
No,
Elemara.
not an assassination.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking while this conversation is going on?
She's just looking through that book that she was able to read that nobody else was, and just reading it, listening, but not really commentating.
Okay.
She's finding this whole kind of discussion very amusing. There's a smirk on her face.
Hey, Elemara, what do you think of this idea? You seem like you have a strategic mind. Do you think it would work?
I think that you two have a wonderful idea, and it's absolutely flawless.
See, damn, even she is.
It's just like I look at Elmara, who definitely hasn't looked up and is still staring at the book, and back to Gil. Yes, absolutely.
Hey, okay, I'm just saying, it's a suggestion. I'm gonna just put it out there. Like, we could try, but we could think of something else as well. Well, I reckon we should probably, because you've got your arm fixed up a little bit, right? You got little pops in there.
Yes, a little bit of
Question. I don't know much. I'm kind of asking both of you right now. With necromancy and stuff, doesn't a dead spirit have to answer truthfully? So
Depends
could
on
you
the
just
spell you cast on it.
yeah, but like if it's in a soul coin, like the one you got from Sadiq, would it? I don't know. Would it work the same that if you ask it a question, it has to answer truthfully? Do any of you know?
believe Sadiq did mention something like that to me when he
So-
handed it over.
Couldn't you try and ask, hey, who's the mole? And if he knows, he has to tell you.
Resources like that don't have infinite value, and then nevertheless, even if they're compelled to answer truthfully, they could always leave things out and or word things in a way where it's truthful from a certain point of view, and yada yada yada.
Oh,
You have
he
to be
most definitely
very-
would be quite cagey and irritating about it.
Be specific with your questions. Be direct and leave no wiggle room.
So let's say if we said, is Shira on our side? Do you think that could work? Or is Sandeep a spy? Or like, well, that would be too broad because technically it could well be a spy somewhere. What about? Mm,
Well, that is if he's even aware of who it is.
that's true. Well, he seemed to be at least somewhat important considering he was part of the fighting force that attacked the wedding. What if we tried like something like, has someone infiltrated our group?
Do you know what? Let's start with that, and depending on how he responds, we'll see how effective this may be. Oh dear, let's give this a try.
Should
And
we-
you
should
see,
we- Should we maybe go somewhere a little bit private?
I like glance further up the road and see that Sandeep is still chilling there, probably with a cigarette, and just like, yes, perhaps we should. Retire to the
He's basically slumped down against the wall. His eyes have gone partially bloodshot as you see a pile of spent joints next to him. I don't know how marijuana works, but I believe that is.
Yeah, sure. He's got a bunch of spent joints. That'll do. I'm gonna hit a real quick medicine check because he looks like he may get hypothermia.
He's got some skunk weed.
What I am actually checking is, oh dear, nat 1.
He
No,
seems
he's fine. He's fine.
He's
There's
fine.
nothing
He's
wrong.
absolutely fine. There's nothing
wrong with him.
Just like I roughly glance up, see he's sitting there. Oh, he looks like he's doing fine. Yes, let's move.
It just looks like me on an off day. I know that look. That's a guy having a good time.
All right. Your two machinations are very entertaining to listen to, but do you think you'll need me for further assistance? If not, I would like to go talk to Mr. Slumps over there.
You can have a chat with him. We can try and have a chat with Daddy Dearest.
Yes, we'll tell you if anything interesting comes up.
Please do. Just size. If anything is found out, keep it between the three of us for now.
Yep.
Just give you a nod.
Good luck.
You too. Sandeep's a bit of a downer right now, just so you know.
I just do a passive-aggressive hand wave of just go.
Alright. So, first, Damp Moss and Gilrock, you go into Sudius's domain, the kitchen.
I'll just step to the side here and perch on the edge of this box, just put my arm down on the table and kind of stare at it for a second.
I grab a wooden mug and I start snacking.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Gil. Fine.
I'm
And
a
I just
nurse eater.
I just look down at my hand and realize that I don't really know how to do this, and I just the little fold in my hand opens up. I see the coin and I just poke it right where his face is on the coin. Oi, get up.
Nothing happens.
Right, perhaps we'll try this with a little bit of magic. I'll try and put a bit of magic into it.
You need to be more specific, my dude.
Was in that bit of the book that I read, was there anything on how to talk to a soul coin?
Well, actually, to rules lawyer, you will. With a soul coin, there's a thing called query. So he literally just has to ask it a question.
And he has done not. He hasn't done that yet. He said, "Wake up."
Yeah, I did give him a command, not a question.
Fair enough.
I turn and look at you, slightly confused.
I look at the coin.
Oh wait, that I think I may have made a mistake. Oi! Is there a mole in our group?
Who dare speak to me? Or do you even know if you hold the key? Sorry, I need to remember what his voice sounded like. But yeah,
Yes, no question, dumbass.
I think for a second. I just try and process whatever the hell he's talking about. I just glance back down at the coin. You don't need to know who I am. Because I am the one in control here.
recognize the voice I can, or you are a hollow man. But for the answer that you seek, gotta think of a rhyme. Oh no. I painted myself in a corner.
Uh-oh.
I cut him off and just say, "Are you fucking with me?"
Perhaps.
I know it won't hurt him, but I just punt the coin into the table and pick it back up.
Fine.
Who is the mole?
I'm not going to answer who is the mole.
Bitch ass, you need to answer truthfully.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. It is somebody who you wouldn't understand who they truly are.
Okay, so you just confirmed there is someone.
Well, he kind of fucked that up the first time, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking to
absolutely.
Dan. This is in character. So he did confirm there is someone right there.
Indeed. I put the coin down and make sure that I'm not focusing on it as to try and ask it anything, so it won't be able to interfere. I just look back at Gil. I believe the best way to handle this would be to ask him something related, but not directly, and then hope he fucks up.
I mean, he's dumb, isn't he?
I would, out of spite, I would like to agree, but he did run a household quite well for a very long time.
Well, I feel like that was mostly out of fear, and because he was chummy with the demon dolls, not necessarily because he was that intelligent himself. I mean, you did kind of run away with his husband, unborn child, and daughter right under his nose.
Yes, I suppose I did. Well, back to questioning. I pick the coin back up.
Is it Shira?
That's exactly, yeah. Is it Shira? That is exactly what I was about to say.
no.
Interesting.
Okay.
Is it because they are using a fake name?
Could be. Maybe Shira isn't even her real name.
No, because that's also not true. And
Yeah, we know. But...
Yeah. We're just chatting.
I know.
Shit
I'm thinking above game. You don't have to respond when I talk above game.
Hits him in the chest. Damn. Look at this. I whisper in your ear. Is it the person calling themselves Shira?
Ah, good idea. Is it the person we know as Shira? Does he remain silent because that is an answer?
No, because I gotta think of what he can do to avoid this one, while also not lying.
I'm holding a real 50p coin right now and talking to it. This feels great.
People can wear many faces and call themselves many things.
Seems like a yes, doesn't it?
I just put the coin back down again. Well, I would like to say yes, as it would make it easier, but honestly, he has done quite a good job of avoiding it so far.
Yeah, Yeah, I do agree.
I'll change tactics to see if asking about Sandeep makes him slightly easier to work with.
Okay, let me. I have a suggestion, just quickly before you do that.
Yes.
So I What about what about? He must answer truthfully. Ask how many.
Ah,
That's my
that
friend.
is a good idea.
How many moles are there? Because that could help us single out.
I pick the coin back up, clearly getting slightly frustrated at this. Right, how many moles are there?
Depends on your definition of spy and for whom they work for.
Okay, my definition of spy is anyone that has infiltrated the group with the express purpose of divulging our information to others we would not want them to.
3.
I put the coin down and immediately turn to Gilrock. Oh, fuck.
We fucking got him.
Right, well,
It's like all the spy movies I heard about in New York.
Oh, you will have to tell me about those later. Back to the purpose. This is quite important. So, though he said 3, that does not necessarily mean that they are not helping us. We know that at very least one of them is directly reporting to the demons, but...
It could also be maybe someone that's like brainwashed. They don't know that they're reporting to the demons, maybe.
Either that or perhaps just to keep tabs on us for someone of great power.
Maybe. Okay, so that...
Let's think of a question to try and corner him slightly. Now that we know that there are 3...
So let's think of what we know. We know that Shira is definitely sus now, because if it wasn't Shira, he would have just said no. But
He did dodge very, very hard.
He's avoiding the question.
He did say Shira does not work for the demons. He did say that.
That is, yeah.
But he did avoid the question, does the person you know as Shira?
He's a bit dodgy about that one. That might just be him trying to fuck with us because he doesn't like you, or it's because he doesn't want to divulge information.
We'll assume worst case.
We'll assume worst case. That's the smartest idea. Okay, so we have quite a big group right now.
Well, let us think. Who
So
have we been with for a time longer than we have been betrayed for? For example, when we first arrived on the boat and we were taken from the inn.
I think we could strike Farron and the royal family members out.
Yes, that would be...
Mostly because they're not really a part of the group, they're just here.
Not to mention they wouldn't be privy to much of the information.
I have an idea for one, maybe. Ty,
Yes.
technically, because he reports to the big evil space lady, doesn't he?
Oh, that is true.
That might
Perhaps
be
he was
someone
counted as one of the 3.
Yeah.
Though, to counter that, I would have to admit, he... to put it bluntly, is quite socially stupid, and if that isn't all an act that he's putting up, then that is much more terrifying than the fact that he may just not understand it. So I would like to scratch him off due to just... I don't believe he'd be able to keep that up.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think Ty's running an act. I'm pretty sure if we just asked Ty, do you report what we're doing to Vlaakith, he would just say yes or no. And
That is true.
And technically, he's not doing anything wrong because he works for her before us, doesn't he? I don't know.
Yes, I suppose that is the case. He was sort of lent to us in a way. Okay, well, we'll leave that for now. We have at least an idea. It is definitely not Farron. He has been with us too long, and as we have found recently, most definitely does not have ties to anything like that. At least not directly.
Maybe one of the hags, Bagwell or Farion? I mean, we just met them like a week ago.
Yes, and we have been attacked a fair few times before then. I would say possibly Blaine, given the situation of his leaving.
Yeah, but he's not here anymore, so that's kind of irrelevant, isn't it?
Exactly, and he wouldn't count as one of the 3 anyway, since he must reply truthfully.
Rook? We don't really know his deal. You didn't specify who they're reporting to, so maybe...
That is true.
very,
And I believe he is on a religious pilgrim of sorts, yes?
It does seem that, but I don't like. I mean, I didn't pay that much attention in religious school, but I don't recognize any of his sigils or anything.
Hmm.
So maybe he's a devil worshipper. I don't know.
Well, unless possibly your significant other.
Yeah. I don't know. She possibly. I want to say that I want to say no, but I don't feel like we can. I feel like I can strike you because I know you pretty well. I think gives you like a mockingly like raised eyebrow.
I return a very fake, stern, concerned face.
But well, yeah, Vey and Victoria. I haven't known them that long. I would say I trust them, but then again, her great granddad is like super evil devil.
It's not her granddad. It's her dad. That it
Yeah.
is direct.
Well, her dad is like super evil devil guy, and maybe he like has like access to her mind or something, so she's like inadvertently giving information. She's like
That is
some
true.
shit devils do. What about
I have had an idea. One moment. I pick the coin back up.
Oh, this again. What now?
Oh, I do enjoy having you need to answer me.
We'll chuck you in a river, and then you'll never come back. How about that?
Oh no, I'd much prefer to keep him, because then it's...
You tell your high school dropout friend he can go back to smoking heroin out of the local pub.
At least I'm alive and I'm inside of a coin after getting one shot by an old man.
As I was saying, how many people in the group are disguising their true self?
Ooh, that's good.
With magic. I realized that was a big flaw, yeah.
With magic.
Two.
Good. So, that may mean...
I don't really feel like we narrowed it down any with that.
Well, oh, yes, shit, one of them can change their form at will. One of them is the daughter of a terrifying entity. Oh dear, fuck, that didn't quite narrow it down as much as I'd hoped.
Are you sad that I'm not going as he gets cut off?
Yeah, just like as the moment he starts talking, puts back down on the table.
Just kind of like puts his hand to his chin. Well, okay. So if we take it out of like having been here longest, you, me, and Ty, and Farron, we've been here the longest in the group.
Yes.
We know Elemara and Farron had some sort of drama before, and she's come back, so she could be considered, maybe. I don't know her whole deal, really. She seems cool, but you never know. Since
She does seem to have a certain air behind her, a sort of strength, difficult to come by without having been through a fair few things. Definitely can't scratch her off the list just yet.
I would say the one we should have definitely at the top of our list is just Shira, just based on how he replied against around her, and she's the one we know the least about.
Yes, and
showed up.
And as I mentioned, she does know a near infinite amount of secrets and follows us secretly all the time, so I would put her at the top.
Well, she says she is the Orb Weaver's, like, follower.
And so the Orb Weaver's daughter has confirmed that, just clear.
Yeah. So, like, that's probably where she gets the secrets from, but it would... like, I don't like her, but she would have to be a pretty big deal if she's tricked, like, the goddess of secrets or whatever the fuck the Orb Weaver is.
Yes.
I definitely we should keep her on the list, but...
I believe Shira would be the one to keep the closest eye on.
Yeah.
Sandeep, while there are a few discrepancies, having seen his memories, he does seem very sincere. Veitara, of course, as they are capable of changing their form at will, and directly related to someone quite terrifying.
Okay, this is not me trying to be a prick, because he's a bit of a prick. What about Al? He just kind of follows Vitara around. But isn't he like a monster?
Yes, I am actually unsure of his level of intelligence. I
He does
don't quite know.
quite the doofus, right?
Not to mention that skeletal arm leads me to believe some form of undead.
I feel like now you're just being racist because of your whole arm situation.
Well, I do have to say metal and wood is better than bone, but not quite what I was going for. Right, I believe that's enough of questioning this douche. And I pick the coin back up. Last question. Just how much do you hate me?
You're an idiot.
I put him back in the metal part of my hand.
Dude's a prick.
Oh, absolutely. You'd be glad you never met him while he was alive. He was much, much worse.
I saw him when he was alive for like 5 seconds before he got killed after saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you, Damp Moss." It's pretty funny.
I do have to admit that is quite a fond memory, though I would never admit it in front of Finesse.
Or, you know, his husband, his ex-husband.
Yeah, that would probably also be on the list of avoided people to say that to.
Well,
In front of you, you have a freshly prepared tofurkey that Studious made, just so you're aware.
Does this seem like it was just like it's been left here in case someone wants snacks, or
Yes.
is this like okay? I will just like
Studious minds.
yeah, I'll cut a like a nice strip off and just gently take a couple of nibbles off of it.
Yep.
Well,
it
I
tastes
do
like
believe that-
tofu shaped into a turkey, I guess. I don't know what it actually tastes like IRL.
Bet it's a tofu turkey. Yeah.
Kid.
Oh, intriguing. What a strange texture.
Oh, but
Well, I
I mean,
believe we
you're all
should-
vegetarian, so it's not shocking to you, probably.
Yeah, except I do eat a hell of a lot of meat. Well, perhaps we should talk to Farron, and while I don't believe that Ty is betraying us by any means, perhaps best to leave him out of such difficult political conversation.
You probably shouldn't tell him delicate information anyways, because he'll just blurt it out.
Yes, he does have a rather bad habit of talking without thinking.
Yeah.
Alright.
I will send Olivia with a note to Farron to ask him if he is free in the next few hours.
Yeah.
20 minutes earlier, we cut over to Sandeep and Elemara. Sandeep is
Are you
leaning.
back?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
ran.
Yeah, I'm here.
Um,
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
you hear the dogs in the kennel barking loudly. Sandeep is leaning back against the wall. He seems to be rummaging through his pack as has his head like tilted back upwards as he's squatting against the surface, shivering a bit. His eyes are pure bloodshot.
Yeah. I walk up if he has any reaction to me walking up at all. Kind of stand there for a moment.
You see him
Yeah, about-
quickly shove the bag behind his back, a bit anxious as you do approach.
Is there something wrong?
No, not. He kind of he stumbles over his own words. No, I'm fine.
Your eyes are bloodshot. Looks down. You doing all right? What's going through your head?
He is clearly lying.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Um,
What I'm gonna do, beat it out of him.
It's been a tough couple days. It's using that crystal reminded me of things I didn't want to really think about. Dealing with Kiara isn't thoughtful. Well, he pulls up his sleeve slightly on his arm.
Yeah. No, I'll just sit down next to him. Take out some food, like a snack. Offer him a piece.
He kind of looks at it a bit curiously before he'll gently, his bright golden eyes, the surrounding cracked like the surface of a volcano, he'll take a bit of the food and just lightly nibble on it. He does not seem to have much of an appetite.
Yeah. As with a lot of people here, I never had a chance to actually get to know the people I'm working with.
Mm.
You know, thrust into a situation with a bunch of strangers, so. Looks at him. In the eyes.
Yeah, he'll look back at you.
I'm Elemara. Offers a hand.
Yes. I'm Sandeep. Gilgamesh Alkash. He'll extend... You see his hand kind of shake a bit as he extends his hand. Roll a perception, please.
I'm stirring into a soul. But I... Oh! Look at that.
You get the briefest, as his robe shifts from where he adjusted it, you get the briefest peek of what appears to be needle sights on his upper forearm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah. I won't act on that yet. But yeah, so I gotta ask, since, we're strangers now, what brought you here?
I want to do better. I want to be the hero I dreamed of being when I was a young orphan.
What type of hero is that? Like up front in the battle lines, smiting enemies head on, or be more like a powerful wizard where your very magic will reshape the realms as we know it?
I mean, if I had that sort of magic, I would love to use it, but he takes another puff off of the current joint he has. I more referring to immorality. I want to try and help this group defeat the do something good.
Yeah. In what way exactly? How'd you picture yourself?
Elemara, I think you know what I mean, obviously, when I was young, I wanted to be a warrior who was... I'm sure you've heard of me.
What if I haven't? Says the smirk.
Well, then let's say that my current job is using the money that I gain to assist you all and use my talents to make this world a better place. I want to be somebody who can help those who can fight on the front lines and use my flail and my other skills if need be, but get rid of what I did for most of my life. He flicks the remains of the blunt onto the ground again, smashing it with the heel of his foot.
What a waste.
It's wasting the good ganja.
I have no idea how this works, I'm sorry.
They're not cigarettes.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah. I'll watch that and look at you. Look at him. And you say, so you use your money to help finance our endeavors, and to that, obviously, we're very thankful for. But that's not you. What do you want? Redemption? Pretty big term.
Yes, I do want redemption. I would like to take back some of the things that I did wrong before. Even if I can't take
What?
it back, I'd like to improve the situation for others.
Yeah. She'll think for a moment. And say, and what brought you to this turnaround? If you don't mind me asking, what happened to make you go from an overlord to a financial supporter of the hero endeavor?
I went from being a drug kingpin to doing this. This has been itching in my mind for years, but working for Xenarchthes and what Xenarchthes used his power to do to me, it changed a lot of things about my perspective. I don't know, talking to Typhonios, he's one hell of a man, also helped, but he's just so sincere. Not that I want to be a homewrecker, any be clear. I get that he's married. But, he kind of rubs the back of his neck, pushing back his long, blonde hair. It's been a couple months before I met the group that I thought about trying to figure out the way out of this situation. It fell in my lap. They came to my party. I had an excuse and I took it. I would be lying if I said that I should have known sooner what I was doing. Some of the things I knew long ago were wrong and I had stopped doing those, but the drug smuggling, the extortion, working with the cult really put me off of that. Well, beyond the violence that I have been turned off from since I was younger. Unless it was in self-defense, but that's a different discussion. Seeing Kiara again is not pleasant for me.
Can I have the out of character context to that statement?
Kiara is the lady who you guys all went to the thieves' hideout. He told you to steal the statue.
Omar wasn't there.
Oh, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Elmar and Rob weren't there. That's why I'm asking for it.
Crime boss of the city.
Yeah, she is the
big boss,
the head of the Thieves Guild, which means she has her hands in every criminal syndicate throughout the entire country. Well, probably multiple countries, but specifically Tien.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, he'll remember you weren't there, and he'll just say, my old boss.
See. So, in a lot of sense, you're in a much better spot than you were a year ago. Put it in for confirmation.
He will nod a bit.
Progress is made, and you're as safe as you can be at the moment. So, just hang around. It's all this.
Like I said, seeing Kiara brings out very bad memories for me. Memories of things that I've done that are amongst the worst things that I've ever done. I don't want to think about it, frankly. I've managed to ride the high of being part of a new group for a little bit, but seeking my succor in the way that I usually did for some time. The wedding took a lot out of me as well. Seeing Blaine turn against us was not good, especially considering he accepted me into this group with everyone else. He just shakes his head.
Yeah, you've been through a lot. You all have. Everyone has a unique story, experiences, wisdom, and lessons. It's hard.
Yeah. You try to
No,
look.
just stand up.
Oh, you try to take a look in the bag behind
No.
him. Okay.
I already know what's in it. Actually, Elemara assumes she knows what's in it.
Yes. Are you gonna take it
Yeah.
away from him if you know what's in it?
No,
Okay.
that's not what you do to people like this. Yeah. Just stand up. He's offering him a hand.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you a bit confused, and he'll take it and kind of stand up a bit as you hear his bones pop a bit, and he just stretches out. Yes.
I just asked him to walk as I continue on.
Yeah, he awkwardly grabs the bag and shoves it in his pack before following you.
There's a lot of angles we call take while approaching other individuals like us, people in extreme circumstances with extreme things and doing extreme stuff on the daily. Go over here and I will attempt to open the door.
Yeah, it's open. This is the hut that Victor's been staying in. He just kind of looks at you. Why are we stopping in here?
Yeah. Looks at you. Yeah, well, looks at him. Says, shouldn't it be obvious to get you out of the cold? Why don't you sit down?
He takes his backpack off and will set it next to him and sits down.
The tales of heroes and people changing the entire way this world works is, yeah, looks at him, looks at the fire again. Well, I think that's been dispelled now, hasn't it? The grandest of all illusions.
I don't think it's been dispelled. I mean, Gilrock really is a hero. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's done a lot. He killed Xenarctes.
Well, without a doubt. Not including any of that. The illusion I'm referring to is perfection. Or at least a close iteration of it. But that's just how it is. Everyone has their flaws, everyone has their issues, and you and I, we might not get along, some of us might fight with one another. Being a hero is not what it's cracked up to be. It's a lot of stress, not a pain, not a punishment. He'll light the fire and go sit next to him.
I prefer this pain to the pain I was experiencing before. I
You
much
and me
prefer
both.
it.
You and me both.
He nods.
With all this mess that we're in, a lot of people punishing, harming, manipulating, destroying, whatever words you want to use. That's all on the outside. We got a lot of external influences trying to do this, push us one way, push us another way, try to change us, trying to change who we are.
I'm trying to get back to what I believe I am before I became a hollow version of that person.
Yeah, she looked at a fire. Does. Is that, I guess it's that vision until you kind of freezing yourself to death out, sitting next to a door. Perfectly good warm fire right here.
It would have taken a while for the hypothermia to set in. I could have survived one night.
Chick said, that's not how a hero treats themselves.
I'm not a hero yet. I have a lot to atone for.
Do all heroes start as heroes?
No.
Then consider yourself a hero. Welcome to the club, by the way. It's the fact that you're here willing to help us at all. It's one step many individuals will never take.
Yeah, you see him begin to scratch at his upper arm a bit anxious, not necessarily about you, or the conversation, but you can see his eyes kind of dart towards the bag and then back towards you.
Yeah, I'm just looking him in the eyes.
Yes, the changes are being made. And I'm aware that part of that work is I have to deal with Kiara a little bit just so we can get her information, but she's going to need to die. It's not even because she's a thief. I don't know if you're aware of the things that she's done.
No, I imagine it doesn't take a lot of imagination. Chuckles at her own statement. It's things that we have to do in order to save the world and be one of folklore. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the individual, the you. When tales are written about what we're doing here, how do you want the bards and the storytellers and the writers and the play directors, how do you want them to depict?
Me, as Sandeep the Redeemed, I want to remove the stain of what I've done for most of my life. Peddling drugs to poor mothers and racketeering. I want to have a name that isn't synonymous with doing shitty things to poor people. All because I was once poor myself and desperate. I want to leave behind a better world.
Yeah. But in order to do that, we need to be masters of ourselves, right? We have to be in control. Knowing exactly what we can do and what we can't, right? Can't change the world unless you change yourself, is a phrase I hear all too often.
I think I've made quite a substantial change. I've basically liquidated all of my assets and dissolved the criminal underworld in Intis that I ruled over.
Yeah, that's an external step. Caused by an internal change. But let's dig a little deeper. What can we do to be the heroes that we want to be known as?
I'm afraid I don't quite understand your angle.
To be a hero, you need to be able to control yourself, right? Is that a phrase you could say with confidence?
He looks to the bag and then looks back at you and says, "Well, this is unfortunate." Yes, I do believe you should try to be in control of your faculties.
Yeah. Is that something you could say that you yourself have mastered?
Depends. Some days maybe, others no.
Why is that?
The last 2 days have not been good days. Touching that crystal, doing the experiment 2 times has not brought me great joy. And
It's a rough patch, yeah.
I have my vices.
That you do. That you do. Do you think it's heroic?
No,
Is it something you want others to know about you?
I don't. And I don't. I kind of wish I had been more discreet earlier. But I thought you were all going to go inside, so I don't.
Discreet. You wanted to hide this.
The smoking? I could care less about you seeing me smoke marijuana. I mean, that's a regular activity for many people here. I'm referring to the thing I was going to do subsequent.
This is something you want to do. Need to.
His fingers are spasming a bit as he kind of looks at you. Does it look? And his eyebrows furrow a bit as like he gets irritated at that statement. Does it look like I really want to do it? Grits his
Prove
teeth.
it. Prove it. Prove that it doesn't have control of you.
I'm really trying right now. Okay. He grimaces. The poppies give me. I'm not selling it to anyone, it's just for myself.
That's not what you want being written down in the history books. Is it?
No, it isn't, but What do you expect me to do? I can't. This isn't really working right now. You can see him, his grimace growing tighter.
And what's causing it to fail? Is it me? Or is it you?
It's this stupid opium.
You're gonna let that opium control you? Are you going to let it dictate how your story pans out?
I'm not letting it. I am here, aren't I? I went into the sewers. I've helped. What do you mean? I'm doing the best that I can.
I know that you are. But what I'm hearing is not what somebody who is truly destined to be portrayed as a gleaming beacon of heroism, a gleaming beacon of good and just. That is not what I'm hearing right now. Hearing a man trying his best to excuse his shitty habits. What I'm hearing is a downfall, not a redemption. That is what I'm hearing. You want this to work? You need to want it to work. And like every other obstacle that life has thrown at you, you need to overcome it. Or like every other obstacle, failure would just mean your quick and forgetful demise.
I have clawed myself from the brinks of evil. Do not speak to me as if I have done nothing. I am trying. He grits his teeth.
Yeah, I'll lean in. Close enough for him to smack me if he really wants him to. Doesn't sound like you have the mental commitment to try more. Try harder. To mean it.
I mean, he's not gonna smack you, but he will stand up in frustration. You see him take the bag and dump it out on the floor, where you see multiple vials of latex and an extracting mechanism, along with some sort of early Renaissance syringe, vaguely similar device. He just dumps it onto the floor. Are you happy? You get to fucking see what a mess I am. Are you fucking happy now? There you are. Yes, I'm fucking addicted. Does that make you happy to see it?
It's not me who you need to impress. What I see is doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I see. It's what do you see? What do you feel?
What do I feel? Right now I feel like shit. He takes one of the vials and throws it straight into the fire, the glass breaking against the back of the wall as the white milk-like liquid seeps down the edges of the chimney. I'm not happy that I'm still on this garbage. I'm trying to do my best here. And You can see his fingers, like, as he picks up another one, trying to do the same. You see his other hand, like, almost instinctively catch it as he stares at the bottle. This kind of mouth begins to drool almost.
Yeah, just snap my fingers.
He blinks, and then we'll look back over to you.
And adjusted to the fire.
He will lob the second vial into the fire. And then, yeah, he kind of sits back down on the couch because he just doesn't have the strength to do it again as he stares down at the remaining objects on the floor.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go over and just start picking them all up, putting them into the very bag they used. Yeah, I'll just go over and just casually toss into the fire.
I hope you realize I'm going to basically be useless for a week now.
Good. I offer him my hand.
He'll take it. He's visibly shaking now.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with the paladin lay on hands. I'm going to cure whatever poisons is flowing through his system right now. Which means yes, he's gonna have to sober up.
Well, he didn't take any. I mean, yes, the lay on hands fixes like the eye issue in terms of like his eyes get better, but he hasn't taken any yet today.
Oh, I know.
So that doesn't fix the symptoms of the withdrawal.
I know.
Yeah. He kind of stares at you now with his eyes back to being just pure gold as he'll like, and what are we doing now? As he kind of does his best to stand up. His other hand bunched into a tight fist.
Yeah, looks at the fist, looks at him, looks at the fist, looks at him. Smile. Right now, I'm going to bring you over to the main stay, and you're going to explain to the others what you need help with. No point in going through this alone, because that's not what heroes do. So dragging him out.
Alright. So, as you emerge, will be about the same time that Gilrock and Damp have finished their conversation, so they're coming. Where do you guys go?
So as we're walking now, I mean, okay, so they're going there. We'll probably go into the dinner room, wouldn't we?
Yeah, most likely. It's where everyone else is.
Because we were going to go get Farron.
Yep.
So, as we come in the door, like coming in, you hear Gilrock, Too Damn being like, so like the movies, they were interesting, but they were really like sort of like small scale, if you get what I mean. It's like they kind of just bunched every type of everything into one thing, and it's a little like it was interesting to watch what this like how they viewed us, but it was a little bit offensive as well. I also saw there's one thing called Narnia. God, how they made Satan such a fucking pussy.
Well,
He's
I'm
just a
still
guy.
slightly stuck on the fact that they didn't even have Jerell elves. How
Yeah,
non-inclusive.
they were just elves. Yeah, but they, like, it was like everyone's just high elves.
What the
Like-
bloody hells are you two talking about?
Lord
Oh,
of the Rings.
it's been wonderful. He's been teaching me all about these things known as films. It's like
Movies.
if you created a painting and had it move and show an entire story.
Yeah.
What type of witchcraft is this? Damp Moss, I need to speak to you for a moment.
By all means.
Okay,
both
over
of you,
there. I just at the door.
and both of you look over. You see Sandeep's eyes have been fixed, but yeah, he seems his cheeks are hollow and he is sweating profusely.
Cold turkey. Yes, we might want to talk.
So you guys are just going over that?
Are all of you? Sudius will walk up. Are all of you ready for dinner? We've been waiting.
In a moment. Serve the others. We'll be here.
Yes, please, feel free to go ahead and eat. No need to wait on ceremony for us.
All
I'll
right.
I'll grab Sandeep and sit him down. Well,
No.
Oh, I thought you just said Damp.
Yeah, no, I want to speak to Dan, but he's coming with. Because
Okay.
he's going to be the one talking, not me.
Then I go.
Sandeep, the dramatist, will take a wine glass and begins to hit it with a knife.
Let's go.
Everyone turns to look at him. I have an announcement to make.
You're pregnant.
Is that what you say, Gilrock?
Yeah.
I just shoot you a look.
I am recovering from opium addiction. It's starting circa 5 minutes